Hello, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share some information on the Colonnade Atlanta. Let's Eat Consulting has been serving major clients all throughout Metro Atlanta for almost 2 years. COVID was a huge reason why we started Let's Eat. The unfortunate pandemic has given us many opportunities to help more struggling restaurants push through and come out on top. Little background information about our consulting company. My team and I decided to start Let's Eat Consulting just 1.5 years ago. We knew there were significant issues throughout Atlanta involving failing businesses and lack of customer satisfaction. We have all worked in the restaurant industry for many years prior to us starting our business. Our mission statement reads, to help our clients with substantial improvement while providing quality guest satisfaction. Our desire is to work with our clients to improve morale, motivation throughout their restaurant. We know that this is a need that many businesses lack in their day-to-day operation. Our goal is to make a name throughout Atlanta so that we can make a difference in the restaurant community all throughout Atlanta. Food is so important to the community of Atlanta, and being a resident, I know that people care about good food. As for our client, these motivational and encouraging benefits we will provide are very essential. A little bit about myself and my credibility. As I said in my introduction, my name is Adam Wallace. I am 22 years old. Although my age might not scream experience or professional, I can guarantee you that I have put in my time in this industry along with my colleagues. My personal expertise is working directly with negative customer experiences. It might not seem like much, but the environment, including lighting, music, decorations, and overall look and smell, play an enormously important role in guest satisfaction. Have you ever walked near a Zaxby's or Chick-fil-A and smelled chicken? This is a great example of not only encouraging people to come buy the chicken, but also giving the customer the good first impression before they even come in the store. Although we do not work with any chain restaurants, it's always good to take some inspiration from those big players like Chick-fil-A and Zaxby's. Introduction and the background of our restaurant, the Colonnade Atlanta. So our recent client and our ongoing client that we are working with is called the Colonnade Atlanta. This is a comfort food classic hangout right off of Cheshire Bridge Road. Cheshire Bridge Road is a legendary area in Atlanta known for excellent food and clubs, a lot of hangout places. The Colonnade is no exception due to their 90 plus years of serving food in Atlanta. According to their website, the management, it was originally opened in 1927, but moved locations later. So Cheshire Bridge Road was their second location and is where they are at right now. The Colonnade is known for good eaten food or comfort food, as some of the customers described it. The Colonnade's two largest competitors are actually right across the street, and I would say these two are Rock's Tavern and Gino's New York Pizza Bar. We have actually worked with Rock's Tavern previously in late 2020 during the pandemic was at its worst. Both of these competitors offer somewhat different food, but due to the location, there's a lot of competition, and a lot of people are always walking up and down this road, and most people don't necessarily plan on going where they want to eat and immediately jump straight forward to one of these locations. It's usually a battle between looking across the street and over and like, oh, let's go there. So there's a lot of competition, and all three of these locations look very different. So that can be a big role in what they choose. So we're starting off on our strengths and weaknesses. and then we'll move on to our opportunities and threats. But first, our strength number one. Colonnade's first major strength would be the quality of their alcoholic drinks. This is a big deal on Cheshire Bridge Road. As I said prior, it's a area where people like to go out and party and go out in clubs. So people are out very late, and alcohol plays a big role on how people look at a place. Here in this review specifically, the customer James emphasizes how much he appreciated his drink being good. And having well mixed drinks plays a huge role on how it's going to complement the meal you have as well. So that's a good thing, a really good strength that they have. Strength number two, the second major strength that we acknowledged is how kind the server was. This customer right here states that not only was the food good, but the service was excellent. She goes the extra mile and takes the extra step to call out her server by name and tell everyone to ask for her. This is a great thing for any restaurant when you have someone call out a specific somebody's name. It really shows how incredible their experience was, and it helps excite other people and ask for this special somebody. But this is a good trait to have, and joyful servers that are ambitious and motivated are really good to have, and that's just going to play into your success as a business and as a restaurant if you have the right people that are motivated the same way you are as a business owner too. The third major strength that many customers have declared from reviews is the quality of Colonnade's chicken. This specific customer right here just states that the Colonnade has the best chicken in town. And this is a good example of having one thing that you're good at, and it's easy for that one special thing to spread very quickly. And Chick-fil-A, they're known for their chicken. Okay, well, the Colonnade on Cheshire Bridge Road is known to have the best fried chicken in that specific area. So that's a really cool way to spread your name throughout word of mouth and on the internet. But having that one food that you're an expert at is a great way to spread your name throughout the area. But yeah. So we're moving on to weaknesses. The first major weakness that the Colonnade has would be their staffing during busy hours. This customer states here in his review that he was sat in a corner table where he waited 15 to 20 minutes for a server. Excuse me. This is a major problem with many restaurants during COVID, and really that's just being able to overcome limited staffing when it's hard to find good workers and good servers. It's a stressful situation to be in because you want to be able to serve all the people that are coming to eat, but you just don't have the staffing capability and the workers. So everyone's suffering from this. It's just important to be able to overcome it. But yeah, that's the first weakness. All right, the second weakness shows through this customer's single star review, and that really is lack of consistency. And this really is a dangerous thing when you're running a restaurant. People have a lot of hope and people have a lot of faith in a place that they grew up going to. So people that are regulars or grew up eating food at a certain place, in this case, she has previously been to the Colonnade. So we can see from Keach's review that she wishes that there was more, like when she last went to Colonnade. I assume when she says more, she means, more sparkle in the food, maybe tasting better, not necessarily portions, but these are the people that you don't want to disappoint. You don't want to disappoint the people that are regulars or are people that grew up coming. And the third and final weakness is providing food that is frozen, that tastes like it was maybe microwaved or heated up too quickly. This customer here states that they got their food and it didn't taste fresh. Um, Although this can be more of an opinionated thing, I mean, I'm not saying it's true or false, but it's definitely biased because some people are more foodies than others. But it's important to specify where your food comes from when you're serving it. So that's an important thing to clear up, but definitely an important weakness um, to really try to overcome there is get better quality food. There are a lot of excellent features about the Colonnade. There are also some bad ones. However, no restaurant can be perfect, and all we can do is keep improving. The Colonnade's competitor, Gina's New York Pizza, is struggling with their environment and their image. The front of the restaurant isn't the prettiest. The Colonnade definitely has that competition beat there. They have a really nice front entrance, and it's a nice environment on that exterior of the building. Um, uh, but yeah, I would say that the Colonnade beats out all of its competitors in environment. But we're now going to go look at the opportunities and the threats revolving around the Colonnade Atlanta. The first opportunity that we're going to look at, the Colonnade has had some issues with their food quality, and as we've already read, one of the major opportunities that they are missing out on is eliminating all of their frozen foods. So I would say this is the number one opportunity that they, have, but they haven't taken. But there's always going to be people that will eat anything and think frozen food tastes great. But there are always going to be people that, like I said, are foodies, and they're going to not be pleased with frozen food. So upping that quality in food will please everybody, and that's a really important thing that I believe they should take. The second opportunity that the Colonnade should tackle is its cleanliness and their environment. There have been a couple reviews that I've read of people who were sat at corner tables or were back in an area that wasn't really paid much attention to. Some windows or window frames were not clean. There was dusty, maybe some bugs. This can be a simple oversight. No guest will appreciate that. That's something that needs to be looked over 3 times over. But this these issues and the lack of love for some of those seating spots in the corners is a great opportunity to spaz up the dining room and redo it into looking better, and maybe different table structures or anything that helps those customers not feel like they're out of the waitress's view. The third opportunity is hiring more servers. This is obviously a tough thing to do if it's possible to hire more, but you don't want to overload your waitresses, your servers. Everyone has issues getting workers right now, or employees, but this also poses a good opportunity for the Colonnade to take. For example, if they only have 2 waiters working on a given night, they need to specify that situation to the guests before they are sat down, before they put their name in. It shouldn't be something that the waiter has to come up to the guests at the table and say, hey, Just so you know, I'm the only one serving 12 tables, so it's going to be a lot longer. But it'll also be a good idea to limit the amount of customers allowed in the building, depending on how many waiters you have, just to prevent bad reviews on uncooked food or messed up orders. You'd prefer to tell someone to go eat somewhere else than to serve them food that wasn't prepared properly. That's just going to end in a nightmare. The Colonnade's major threat has to be the internet reviews. There seems to be a pattern that follows many restaurants, and that really is going downhill after COVID hit. And of course, we all know why that's the case. That caused everyone to go into lockdown. Small businesses have had to shut down, and the country just completely went on hold for such a long time. And we're still starting back up, but there are so many businesses that survived through, and they're trying to recover. So it's hard on businesses when there are a lot of negative internet reviews that are more situational and not necessarily as broad as a lot of the customers claim that they are. But the Colonnade needs to step up and improve their internet image to get it back to the way it was prior to COVID, of course. But of course, there are prerequisites and many, many steps to go before they can have people leaving 5-star reviews again. That won't happen overnight. Threat number 2, the Colonnade's competitors may not seem like a huge threat, but if you have tasted the food across the street, you'll know it is. I have tasted all 3 of these locations. They need to step up their game. As I spoke before in the other opportunity, they need to get rid of their frozen food, but they have a threat with their competitors with the food quality. That's something that they need to step their game back up with. And the good Southern comfort food that they were known for, they need to go back to that and make sure it's good quality and not anything frozen. And the third threat is really a given for any small business, but it really is the taxes and the government requirements right now, especially from COVID and all the changes that's been going on in our country recently. Colonnade needs to be on top of their budget and be sure to have an excellent CPA and accountant that works with them, make sure that they don't go under. Yeah, those are my 3 threats. All right. In conclusion, the Colonnade Atlanta is a very iconic restaurant. They've been around for almost 100 years, which is incredible. Definitely a place that's worth checking out, regardless of the internet reviews. There are always going to be bad things about any place, and people are going to have to say whatever they want to say about it. Everyone's experience is different. If we never have those people that talk about the bad parts, then how are we going to know how to improve? So it's another good opportunity. Anyway, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today. Don't forget to check out our promotional drink holders, our koozies, and I hope to talk again soon. Thank you.